Warning. Spoilers for Logan ahead. For your discretion advised. Hello! Welcome to
Welcome.
Real Shit. I'm Wally.
Buenos dias. Yo soy RJ.
And we're speaking Spanish today.
Just a little bit. That is literally all I know.
And
I'm sorry. Spanish teacher from high school. Don't remember your name. But I failed you in the class and life. So
I saw something the other day. It said it was a text message. It said, or no, it's the meme started. Mom, you should be more like your friends, and then it said friend. Yo, dude, did you take notes in Spanish? I can't read mine there in Spanish.
how did you write in Spanish? I hate people.
But speaking of Spanish, this next movie takes place in Mexico. Today, we talk about Logan. Yeah, half of it.
Does it really?
Yeah, that was a great place for me to add the intro. But yes, today we're talking about Logan, which takes place partially in Mexico, because they said in the hospital, "Oh, this isn't legal in the U.S. or Canada, so they couldn't do it there."
Okay, that's right. Like the original facility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've not become any more organized since the last time because we were both busy.
Mess life. Everything hurts. I had 2 panic attacks since the last episode.
Oh, that's not fun.
Yeah, but you know we're normalizing it, so that's why we just threw it out there.
Exactly.
So,
there we go.
Anyway, life has just been a lot, so don't ever expect us to have anything together.
No, because just like our lot, this show's a mess.
You didn't come here for organization.
No,
because if you did, there's thousands of other YouTube channels.
Literally thousands, millions even.
Doing the same thing. We're just doing this because, you know, 2 buddies are having a good time.
Yep.
Let's get to the movie.
Yep. So, this movie, and I'm going to read a quick summary.
Okay. Don't read it.
It's in the future. An old and decrepit Logan, aka Wolverine, is just living a nice, cozy life, giving Dr. X his meds so he doesn't kill everyone. Within like a 10-block radius or whatever.
I think it was like a 1 mile.
Like something like that.
But it got worse toward like throughout
right. So he's giving him meds, and then suddenly one day he finds a girl. Her name is Laura, and she's a mutant. And the people who pretty much exposed her X gene to whatever it needed to be exposed to is searching for her, and they have to help her get to the safe haven that it was in the comic book in that universe. And that's basically it's the journey of that. If this wasn't obvious enough, spoiler alert, how long has this movie been out? Do we really need that? Unlike the last one, which has only been out for a couple of days, or like a week or so. Do we really need spoiler alerts for this?
No.
I'm going to put it in there.
Me personally, I don't think so, because like I said last time, this is a movie review channel.
Exactly.
This is not channel.
I might be. I don't know what I'm doing with this
Understandable. Anyway, that's what we do. We talk about movies here, and
yes.
If you're here for that, you should know.
Spoilers.
We talk about movies.
Yep.
So, you know, it's your own fault at this point. Logan dies.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that every time.
Spoil the ending.
If you don't click away fast enough, and you're here expecting to not have spoilers, it's your own fault.
Yes. Thank you for telling that's what happens at the end. But yes, this is true. Logan is now deceased.
I think
unless the multiverse happens.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. With that movie, it was supposed to be like the end of Hugh Jackman doing Wolverine. Mm-hmm. They were gonna recast him. His contract was up as the character. Yada yada yada. But then I saw some stuff that said Ryan Reynolds
Love Ryan Reynolds.
was talking to...
He's the one guy.
Yeah. He's
that one guy for every guy, though.
Literally. Hugh Jackman was like, Ryan Reynolds is probably the only reason why I would...
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Come back to the MCU. Or come into the MCU.
I like where you're going, but this news is for a different podcast. Okay. Which... This is what this is sponsored by Chip Roasting. Go watch it, but not after. But after this.
Yeah. Don't stay here, and then
do stay here.
Yeah.
But then go watch that, or listen to it on your favorite streaming service. Anyway, what a great ad. People, hey, if you want to sponsor us, we're chaotic.
We do good ads. Fuck.
Ads. So Logan. So it takes place in Mexico.
Yeah. Okay, that does make sense because of the desert. I thought it was.
It was no longer New York.
Well, no, I thought it was.
It does take place in the future, though. So.
Well, yeah, I thought it was like Midwest, the desolate.
That's where they get there.
Like around Arizona and all of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Mexico, Arizona, same thing.
Okay. I think I just was. When I watched it, I wasn't really paying attention to if it said. Like
it didn't. I assumed because there was a border.
Okay.
I mean, there is a border at Canada too, but not deserts like that. I don't think.
There wasn't a border in the Canada part. They just went into the forest.
Yeah, they just go because Canada didn't care about us.
They do.
They have other things.
They actually do though. I saw. I mean, I saw an article about these people that were trying to sneak into Canada, and they got arrested in Canada, and they didn't send them back. They kept them.
Oh, sorry, eh?
And charged them with
manslaughter.
I wasn't that serious, but it was trespassing on private ground because they did cut through somebody's backyard.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
But their backyard was technically in America and in.
Dude, I want that.
That'd be cool. It was I think it was one of the lake houses on one of the Great Lakes or something. Cool. But they were kept there for they were supposed to be there for 5 years or something. Just in jail. Just for. It was crazy. It was a lot. It was back in the day though. Anyway.
So that first fight. So that first fight where they're just kind of he's fixing up he's got a limo now. He's a limo driver. Which is interesting. But he's just sitting there. They're trying to take. Right. Well, he's also a drug addict. He's a drug addict who lives in Mexico.
He's not a drug addict.
He's a drug user.
He's not okay.
What is he? Drugs. Drugs.
He was taking the drugs because he needed to
become more powerful.
No, so he.
That was later in the movie.
But not that he was. It was because he already knew about the adamantium poisoning.
Oh, so he figured fuck it.
But he was taking supplements to regulate it and regulate his blood. That's what they were.
Well, see, they didn't make it seem like that, or maybe I'm just dumb. Which is
you just read into it a little bit.
I did.
That's all.
I did.
Or maybe I just have. Disclaimer: I haven't seen the movie since it's been maybe a year since the last time I watched it. He watched it the other
2 days ago.
Yeah. So. But all I know is that when I watched it, it didn't seem like he was addicted to anything. It just seemed
he didn't use it throughout the rest of the movie. So I guess you're right.
He only had it
to dampen the.
Because it was the poisoning. It was I like the way they did that though because in the comics,
which I meant to watch a video on the comic but I forgot. So.
Yeah, in the is it so? Okay, it's based off of the Old Man Logan comic, that whole stretch.
Yeah, do you know there's an Old Man Star-Lord?
Huh?
There's an Old Man Star-Lord. It's a podcast
is that,
technically.
In that same?
Yes, it's the same universe. It's in the same kind of. Yeah, it's weird. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess they added that in because...
The Old Man universe.
Yeah.
Where we're all old men.
Well...
And old women.
It's also...
And old non-binary people.
But that is specifically the universe where Charles,
Right.
kills everybody.
Thanks for spoiling that. But I did say spoiler, so that includes me.
Well... Look, man!
No. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, you're right. I did know that. But anyway, so the first fight was cool. At first, he was holding back. In my notes, it said he held back at the beginning of the fight, that his claws were going through people's face.
Yeah.
This was very much rated R.
Yeah.
In the same, it was not as gory as the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But Jesus, a lot of claws went through a lot of faces.
It was...
They just
exactly
right in the face.
It almost got a PG-13. They almost, like...
Did they have to... Is that why they added the boobs in?
No.
In the limo? No. Oh.
That was...
So they added more blood? What got it to rated R?
Well, no, it was like part of the... It was some, like, dispute with the money or whatever. Like, they were thinking that they would make more money
if it was PG-13?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because then more kids would want to go see it, because for whatever reason...
Greed. That's the... It's greed. Greed is the reason.
I don't know why they always do this, though, where they try to market things that are clearly not for children.
To children?
Right.
Well, because it's superheroes.
Comic books in general. I don't know if...
There's just this perception that comics are for children. I don't know why. If anyone has ever read any comic... Not any comic, but like let's...
I mean, every comic I've ever read has had some kind of adult theme in it.
Right.
And it's not like anything that's underlying. It's like...
No, it's just straight out, yes.
Rape, abuse,
yes.
all of this other stuff that either, teenage to young adult to adult is where the range should be advertised at, but they keep trying to push it to the younger kids, because I don't know, man. I mean, they're gonna watch it anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But
they're gonna get in with their parents,
right?
So
or sneak in, because I've done that also a couple of times.
That's when I went and saw a movie, which I don't remember what movie it was. There were people doing that there.
Yeah.
Except that was PG, so I don't know why they were sneaking in. Anyway, is there anything else in that fight? No. So it's 2029 is when this movie takes place, which is not that... Yeah, it's not that far in the future. So...
That's right.
So in the next 8 years, this world's going to be a hellscape. Cool.
Awesome.
Makes sense.
Hopefully also that means that we'll get mutant powers, because that'd be great.
No, but then by then they'll all be gone. That's the whole point of this, is that all the mutants are gone.
That's true, yeah.
So we'll get them and then lose
maybe we'll be the cool...
That sounds so like Earth. Is that it's like, oh, cool, mutants killed them.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what happens as soon as they start appearing. Well, depending on what continuity you go off of.
All of them.
Well, there's some.
No, I know. Yeah.
There's some continuities that they start off like not having mutants, and then something happens that.
With the X gene.
Yeah, or it like jump starts it, and now mutants are everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, the same thing with the Inhumans, kind of. Except the Inhumans are looked at as more than human. I don't understand.
It's
anyway,
weird.
That show sucks, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, they're still mutant. The Inhumans are stupid because they're still mutants. Their power.
They're just activated by Terrigen gas, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called.
Synthetic mutants.
Oh, in my notes I wrote, they said fuck the X-Mansion and said a dump in Mexico will do.
I mean, it's it's to protect the people.
At the time, I clearly didn't know that.
Right.
Because it was the beginning of the movie. I was like, just because Mexico. Right. Yes, dump. But it's, you're right. It's so that they could protect everyone. Because they lived literally in the middle of nowhere.
Well, they kind of spoiled that in the trailer for the movie.
I didn't watch the trailer before I watched the movie.
Wow. That's understandable.
How can you remember the trailer? I don't remember yesterday.
Because trailers are my thing, bro. I can do like just the whole
we're gonna
show
want
just
to talk
on
about
trailers.
on the podcast then.
Yeah.
Next podcast is like 9 hours long.
My gosh. Is Brennan gonna be on it? Is he gonna be able to?
Okay. Of course.
Okay. Well, I don't know. What was he like? Wasn't he like not able to do it last time?
Oh yeah, but that's just Brennan. He's Brennan. You know how flaky I am? He's worse. He was like this in high school. Anyway, enough about Brennan.
I think we all are. I miss him.
That's
I wish
true.
he didn't move.
I do too. Yeah, would have been nice to have him here.
Right, but it's fine.
He said, he'll be back eventually.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know where his girlfriend's gonna get you. Anyway, that's personal stuff that I don't know if Brennan wants us sharing on this podcast or this show podcast. Podcast is easier to say than show.
Well, it's not a podcast because there's no audio. Well, there's no like only audio. Silent podcast.
Remember like silent movies, just like that, but podcasts, like what is going on?
Could you imagine though, just
music in the background and just like in the editing room, they're adding words, but clearly it's not a video.
Right. I don't know.
Anyway,
the movie.
Patrick. So I wrote in here that Patrick Stewart somehow looks older with hair. Because he has like little patches of hair in the back.
Yeah.
Instead of just being completely bald, he just for some reason looks. By the way, has that man aged ever, or has he always just looked old?
I think he's. Well, he looked a lot younger in. I mean, you could tell.
He looked younger when he was younger. Is that what you're about to say?
I was gonna say he looked younger. He looks young.
That's exactly what you're about to say. On accident. You weren't even meaning to say that.
I don't understand what's wrong with him.
He looked younger when he was younger. Oh, me too.
I hate myself so much. I'm still trying to say it, but I'm like trying to like.
No, I get what you're saying.
Oh god. But no, in what's weird though is in Star Trek. To me, he looks older in when he's in Star Trek than he does as Professor X.
Right.
Which is like
so okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, he had hair there too. For some reason, he looks older when he has hair. Well, like a little bit in the back. I think he does. Or was he an egghead then too?
I have always remembered.
Do white people polish their head?
Maybe. I think so, yes. Because there's no way your head just shines like that.
I would. I mean, I'm probably going to go bald here in the next couple years.
I wouldn't say next couple of years.
Maybe the next 10 years.
You have a lot of hair.
Yeah, I know, but look, it's thinning.
I mean, so is mine, but
I think
we still...
So.
I think
anyway.
We got at least like 10 years.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, fuck.
So Patrick Stewart looked younger when he was... older when he was younger than he does when he's older. For some reason. In Star Trek, he looks older than he did in Star Trek. Maybe that's on purpose, because he's older as Professor? I don't know. Space ages people differently then.
He's supposed to be like...
10.
He's not that... Professor X is not that old. He's maybe like in his 50s or 60s.
I thought he was the same age as... not Mephisto. Magneto.
Yeah, and Magneto is only...
I forget, that movie came out in 2001. Just 20 years ago.
Well, okay, those two actors... Okay, the actor that played Magneto is old as fuck.
He is old as fuck.
But Magneto himself is like... supposed to be...
Because he was a child during... This turned into just an X-Men chat.
I mean, that's fine.
This is X-Men related.
Yeah,
so,
that's fine. And
anyway.
We can talk about how it relates to the movie, but, you know.
So then we see Laura coming for some reason. That was the next time I took notes. Basically just wrote down that she's as ruthless, if not more ruthless, than Logan. Because she was stabbing people. She took someone's head off.
Well, she
just straight up...
She's also
trying to protect herself as well.
Right, and then you gotta remember...
She's younger and...
puberty.
She's that old? I have no idea how old she is.
It's supposed... Well, I mean, the X gene is supposed to only manifest around the time that you start puberty.
That makes sense.
Because she's a girl, puberty starts a little younger. Like, puberty can start as young as 9 for girls.
Gotcha. Great bio. Thank you for the anatomy.
Just real quick, you know. For guys, it's supposed to be like 11, 12.
Cool.
Anyway.
Good to know. I hit my growth spurt in 6th grade and never grew again. 5'2" for life.
I've had a mustache since I was 11, so...
In 8th and 9th grade, someone said I hate neckbeards and looked at me and was like, well, thanks.
Listen, man, people love the facial hair nowadays, so...
No, I know. Middle schoolers are ruthless. Anyway. I bet they weren't saying that about Wolverine, because they would have... But anyway, so she's ruthless. She took a guy's head off, and I was like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah.
That was at the moment my mom was like, she's violent. I'm like, yeah, a little bit.
She's got that...
But she only has 2 claws, right? And then she's got the one in her foot, right?
Yes.
But she didn't... They showed that once. In the entire movie, the one with her foot.
It was because they wanted to tease that she was supposed to be the actual like X-23
right,
from the comics.
Even though they just kind of labeled all the kids X-23. But I believe
it was the X-23 project.
Right. And then they had the X-24 project, which
all the kids had different numbers.
Oh, they did? I thought...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember
so she was just the latest
like
in the...
Yeah.
Okay.
She was, isn't she... So is she like a full-blown clone? Or is...
I don't know. Did the woman who was looking after her, did she call her hit Logan's daughter? Because I couldn't really understand. I had to turn up the volume. But I didn't feel like rewinding.
I want to say... Because the way that the way they were making it seem like was that she was technically his daughter, but
not really.
But because she's a clone, she's technically it's weird.
Right.
It's weird, but they grew. She's different though because they grew her as as an embryo, and then
as most people are grown.
But then I think it was like
imagine going up to an embryo, just water.
The artificial insemination or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So she was birthed.
Right, but
all of her DNA comes from Logan.
Gotcha.
And that's it. Well, also whatever egg, I guess. They had to use.
The technology in this movie was like surprisingly not that far advanced. This is like one would make it think. I mean, it's like I said, it's only 8 years in the future, but like, or at least it is for us. For back then, it was like 12 years in the future.
For the X-Men universe,
which I like that. So
yeah, that's true.
It made it a little bit more grounded.
It did. I mean,
superhumans are grounded, but
they definitely made it seem like a Mad Max apocalypse kind of deal.
But like the most technologically advanced things were his car.
That's true.
Which was cool. I actually hope that's what we do. We'll probably get there at some point.
I just think it's funny how everything was like desolate. But
that's it, right? It's just a car. It's really all the giant technology because they're not walking most of the time, but they drove older cars and stuff like that. And obviously the cloning and genes and stuff like that. But we can technically do that now. But
not well. And all their like trucks and stuff.
Right. Oh yeah, that's true.
All their tech. But that's just
the fight choreography in this movie was insanely good.
I thought it was some of the best. Like superhero choreography I've seen in like a long time.
For sure, and I think it went for maximum gore. Which, like I said earlier, not as much as Suicide Squad.
No.
Or sorry, the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But it also played the Laura and Logan strengths, where it played with Laura's agility and Logan's just brute force.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. I wonder if do you think that it was another child doing Laura's moves, or just a really short person, or woman, or man?
I think it was.
Whatever.
I think it was. They definitely got like a stunt kid.
Right. Okay.
To do something.
Because that was some crazy good at choreography.
Yeah.
I guess you could do that acrobat if you're an acrobat, or if you're in gymnastics.
Yeah.
You probably do most of that stuff.
Right? I think the actress, like the kid actress, is. I think she was like 17 or 18.
Oh, okay.
At the time, or I don't know.
Older than her character, but not
definitely
like
older
too
than her.
much.
Yeah,
older. Right.
I think it was not 17 or 18.
No one in Hollywood plays their actual age.
No, never that. Unless it's like I don't know. I've never seen that, but I think the actress is like 16 or something. She's old enough to be in gymnastics, right? Because she did do some of the stuff herself.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it was really good, and I like the way they played like her being smaller and more agile.
Yeah.
And like I said, she was just as ruthless as Logan. Now that fight scene at the compound before they escaped was really awesome.
Yeah. The characterization for this movie, I thought was some of the best and some of the most like true to the comics too, because even with who was it? What is his name? The bald dude, the pale one.
The albino guy.
Yeah. He.
Who is he in the comics? Because I didn't catch his name during the movie. I don't remember. It's okay. You haven't seen it.
He was also in that other X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Just different.
That other one.
It was, what was it called? Oh, it was X-Men Apocalypse. He was in that.
Oh, okay.
He was the like underground.
The movie was bad.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't great, but it was.
Oscar Isaac was good in it, I guess. As good as he could be for that. He was Apocalypse.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. Oscar Isaac was Apocalypse.
I did not like Apocalypse at all.
I only liked him because anyway, he was Oscar Isaac, and he's Guatemalan. He was born in the same city I was.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah.
That's cool. He needs to do a better job.
Yeah, well, hopefully he'll do better as Moon Knight.
I hope. I don't think they should have gotten him to do Apocalypse, because Apocalypse is supposed to be. They should have done Josh Brolin for him. I feel like
probably Josh Brolin just in the entire MCU.
Yeah,
except he's actually Mark Hamill, but that's a joke from a different podcast.
It does too.
Oh, so they did the car chase to beat the train trope, which is in like every action movie.
Yeah.
But I think they did it really well in this one for some reason.
I did like that.
Because I thought it was really good. Because like, I don't know, it was different enough, and just a little bit more intense with like the. Well, she looked out the back, or Laura looked out the back window and skewered a guy's face. So that was always cool. It's always fun to watch a little girl take knives and shove it into a grown man's face.
I just loved all of the fights with Laura, specifically.
Yeah, well, then the end fight was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But,
man, I cried. It was so emotional. That was another thing. It was such a... So much emotion in every single scene.
Right.
Especially the scene, like the scenes between Logan and Xavier, because it was like a father-son thing. Because Logan is supposed to be like one of the first like mutants that he took in or like offered his help to.
I remember that. Yeah. Because didn't they walk into a bar and he said no, and then
That's
they walked out.
Universe.
That's right. Different universe. Forgot about that.
Same Wolverine.
That was first generation? No, first class.
First class.
Great fucking movie.
That was. I don't understand how they did such a good job with that first movie.
And then everything after that was
just
not great.
Terrible.
I like Dark Phoenix. I didn't think that movie was that bad.
I think they could have did better with that.
Oh, of course. But it was
better than Apocalypse for sure.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of every scene had like a big not impact. What's the word? It had a lot of consequences.
Yeah.
No scene was just kind of like, okay, cool. Let's do that scene in here.
There was a lot of
everything mattered.
You know the one part of the movie that really got to me?
What part?
The whole part where they're at the guy's house in the cornfield.
Yeah.
And that whole thing.
Oh, with that speech.
Yeah.
With
with him talking about all of the
Professor X.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a heavy hitting scene, and then just they.
Man, and then the dad
died.
too.
What?
The black dude.
Yeah.
The actual guy that owned the house. Like him and Logan's conversation outside was just. Really...
I missed that because the dog was going nuts.
Oh well, they were. I can't remember exactly.
I liked the energy in the room.
Yes, that it was very like I kind of understand what you're going through, but I also don't agree with a lot of the things that's going on.
Right.
But it was just I just thought
the whole farm scene, it happened, and I think that was the perfect place for it to happen, on a farm. Because just for some reason, the most emotional scenes happen on farms.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was at least...
I hope I get fired on a farmland. I'm kidding. I'm not going to get fired. They fucking love me. Anyway.
Man. That took a wild turn.
I just said everything emotional happened at a farm.
We're not on a farm, Wally.
No, but I work for a company that works with farms.
Okay.
It still makes no sense. Why would I be at a farm?
That's true.
I don't even do anything.
Either way, it threw me for a
loop. But anyway.
Oh, man.
So, this company in the movie is they're doing the exact same thing that the Weapon X program did to Logan,
yeah, because it's that guy's son.
Right, which we found out later, but...
Yeah, he's just continuing his work.
Right, and...
or trying to make it better, or whatever.
So they're weaponizing the kids with X genes, and trying to make a super weapon, and then when they did make X-24, which is basically Logan's clone...
Like, his, like...
Did I hear them say that they killed the kids? And the other ones escaped? Is that what they were trying to do?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there was definitely a lot more than the ones that they had.
Right, but they were going to have 10,000 kids running around.
They didn't have that many. They only had. Oh. I think in total, it was like 20 kids.
I guess 23.
Well,
I guess it's what it was, wasn't it?
Right, but only what was it, like 11 of them
made it out? Yeah.
Yeah. So.
They were all trying to get to this point in North Dakota that was on like a letter that it was on the envelope of money that the woman gave. The nurse gave Logan, and then Logan figured out that that was from a comic book based on his life. It was like an X-Men comic book.
Yeah.
And he's like, this place isn't real, and so he like wouldn't bring the girl there, and then she basically gave him the silent treatment until he did. Or no, she just kept yelling at him until he did. Yelling their names.
That was the only part of the movie that I was like, okay, this is kind of like
it was a little weird, yeah.
They were forcing the plot a little bit there because they needed a reason for him to emotionally need to go there instead of just like a mission
from
somebody.
So were regular people affected by Xavier's headaches?
Yeah.
Okay, because I couldn't tell, really. Yeah. I thought they just, like, froze. I didn't realize, because I know they said that, like, 9 people were hurt or whatever.
Yeah, what it was, in the original comic, it was...
It killed everyone, I know that.
It was like it gave everybody, like, a super stroke, pretty much. Because when he freezes you, he's not just freezing...
Okay, so he does freeze people.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's not just, like, freezing you physically. Mm-hmm. It's freezing, like, your whole body, all your bodily functions and everything. Oh, okay. And the longer it goes for, the more it, like,
damage it does to your body.
And the stronger that his, like, migraines or whatever are getting that are causing this, the stronger that they get, the more focused on the brain that they get for him. And that's why a lot of people, like, so Jean Grey couldn't do anything about it. Because her psionic powers are so strong that it was like a direct connection. So she was like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Because I did notice it affected mutants the most, except Lara and Logan, because of their healing factor.
Yeah.
It didn't affect them as much. Like, they could still move about.
Yeah. Well, that was...
That might have just been for the movie. I don't know.
I think the whole... Well, no, it was because of him being Wolverine, but it was. I don't think it was his healing factor. I think it was
I thought it was. I was just under that impression.
Yeah, I mean, that makes the most sense for sure. But I feel like it was
for plot armor.
No. I think it was for like the animal instinct that he's supposed to have.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
They played that really heavily in the X-Men Origins movie.
Yes,
they did.
It was there.
It was.
I did watch it.
It was good.
Oh no! That was the one I didn't watch. It was the other one, the other Wolverine movie I watched.
Which one?
The second one, where he's in Japan.
Oh,
I liked that movie. That was good.
That one was good. That one was very good. X-Men Origins Wolverine was something else though. Okay. I like it because Will.i.am's in it. He plays.
Oh yeah, he was.
Which I thought was really weird.
He was
because he's tiny.
whereas Logan's supposed to be tiny.
It's so backwards. Bishop is supposed to be like fucking huge black dude, and they got Will.i.am. Not knocking Will.i.am. I love him for his music and whatnot, but sorry, my father is calling me.
Oh, did you want to answer?
No,
okay.
I'm doing an episode.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I'll have to
okay, so where the casino? What for some when I was watching it, I heard Oklahoma City. Is that where the casino was? Because if it was, did they go from like Mexico to Oklahoma City in like 2 scenes?
See, that part really.
Because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I that whole route doesn't make sense.
No,
'cause that's like out of the way.
Yeah, they went like, oh no, because if you go through Texas and go straight up, North Dakota should be straight up. I don't know geography, if I'm being honest. Well, I think that's how it goes. I don't know. Should we pull up a map?
Well, that's the thing. How did they?
I guess it depends on where
Texas.
I think it depends on where in Mexico they are.
Yeah, that's true. I thought it was like in the New Mexico area.
It might have been. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah. Go with Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, North Dakota.
So I guess they must have been like down here.
So they went from here to here in one scene. I don't. Unless they didn't say Oklahoma.
I don't know. We'll have to check on that one.
Where was the casino? Because also, I don't think gambling's legal there. So, unless it was on a reservation.
Well, I mean, it's also, the apocalypse, so nobody really
That's
cares
true. No one cares about laws. New Orleans Casino on Canal Street. 9 locations to watch for. I don't care. Oh, yeah, it's Oklahoma City. So, yeah, they did go from Mexico to Oklahoma City in, like, a second. Or, like, three scenes or something like that.
I guess they did do, like, the little, like, montage of them driving.
Maybe I just wasn't paying attention, though. I was taking notes, so maybe.
No, yeah, they did a little like driving montage.
It was like a quick one though, right?
It was very quick.
Okay,
yeah. It was literally just like a scene transition, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
But
so the auto trucks. Let's have a short conversation about the auto trucks. You remember those? The trucks without the truck part. It was just the trailer with the box on it. Dude, those things creeped me the hell out. It was like a headless person walking around like, the fuck is this shit?
Just a box on wheels, pretty much.
Right. It creeps me the hell out, but I want them. Because, man, 18-wheeler drivers, you get out of the left lane.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, if you get the box trucks, they just stay where they're... Actually, no. Because the whole reason they were ever at the farm is because the 18-wheeler, the auto truck, moved into their lane, and then they... Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Because they helped save the horses.
Yeah, because
Xavier's mind. Powers.
Had a little spasm.
No. That's who he lured the horses back. That's the only reason I left is because he had the spasm. Because the people were following him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the auto truck was like, hey, guess what? I'm running you off the road. And then they hit the truck with the horses, and then the horses escaped. Then Xavier brought them back. Remember how we weren't going scene by scene? We could just explain all the scenes.
Look, listen.
No, I know, it's been a while. This is a very unimportant detail, other than the fact that this is how they got to the house.
Yeah.
The farmhouse. Where all the emotional shit happened. Oh, and this is exactly what Charles said. He said, this is the most perfect night in a long time. That's what he said. And then he went on his speech, and that was...
Yeah.
Hit me in the feels, and then it hit him in the feels.
Yeah.
Because claws went right through his chest.
It just...
Of X-24, which was their super weapon.
It was so... It hurt me a lot to feel like because he thought he was talking to Logan.
Right.
So he's thinking that he's being killed by Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if Xavier was lucid enough to remember or know about the clone.
He's not remembering anything now.
Well, no. Wasn't that like the first appearance of X-24?
Of the clone? Yeah.
So they all like just found out about it too.
Well, and I think that was the first, That was the first time we knew. Because we knew there was an X-24, but we didn't know what it was. And so, like, I'm just sitting like, oh, Xavier. What the fuck?
Right.
Logan. What? I know you're kind of animalistic, but Jesus.
Why are you killing your father, Logan? I knew it was X-24 when he got up closer.
Yeah, because he's young.
Well, no, not just that. Just like the way he was like standing in the door. It's very like robotic. Like almost like he's part android or something. Yeah, pretty much.
Asserting his dominance.
Just with his fucking shoulders, just...
Imagine being so buff that you just like, this is your natural stance.
He is such a large man.
He is. He's 6'2".
Really, really did a good job of making him... Well, he did a good job in his bodybuilding to make himself look like super muscly.
That's the only reason I want the role of Wolverine is so I can act, so someone will force me to work out.
I feel that something tells me that in some universe there's...
Danny DeVito should be Wolverine.
Okay, I was... fucking... I was gonna say... fucking Hugh Jackman should be Sabretooth.
Yeah, actually, I think he'd be a really good Sabretooth.
I think he would be a really good Sabretooth.
But is Sabretooth tall? I know Hugh Jackman's.
Sabretooth is huge.
Okay, but Wolverine's not. Because that's the whole reason he's called Wolverine is because he's small and angry.
Yeah.
But Hugh Jackman, famously, not small. Have you ever seen Real Steel? He's great in that. Hugh Jackman.
Yes,
it's like one of my favorite movies.
That is a great movie. That is another movie I cried during.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time. I haven't watched it since I've had feelings. When I was little, I did not have feelings. First movie I had feelings, Men in Black 3.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, that was a
because adoption.
And
I'm adopted.
Yeah.
And so every time I see adoption depicted, I'm just like...
Understandable. That was a very, very deep movie.
Let's see. I wrote, the most perfect night in a long time was heartbreaking, and then his heart was literally broken.
That's fucked up, Wally. You are a terrible person.
Yeah, I know.
The way you take notes is interesting, though, so...
Well, because I try to make jokes, and then a lot of times, because you'll see this in when I'm doing the podcast, I'll just try to make a joke, and it just doesn't work. The fight with Hugh Jackman and Hugh Jackman was interesting. Take this, Hugh Jackman. No, you take this, Hugh Jackman. Again, cool choreography.
I think they got. I can't remember if this is true or not, but I think they got somebody like a lookalike of Hugh Jackman to play X-24 for the fight where it's them together in the same
Probably
scene.
His stunt double, no?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Hugh Jackman does some of his own stunts, too.
Which is why it would have been perfect for them to do this.
Yeah.
This would have been his own stunts he was doing. But it was an interesting comparison, I think, between Old Man Logan and how Logan once was. Or I guess could have been, because he was never really this animalistic. And
he's also
X-Men.
Huge.
Right.
That X-24 was huge.
Right.
He's bigger than Logan was.
Right.
Even
I just thought it was a cool comparison there.
Yeah. It was really cool.
Of fighting styles and just strength and what Logan had in him versus what Logan had in him.
Yeah. If you look at his facial hair and the way his haircut is, he kind of looks like Sabretooth from the X-Men Origins movie. Yeah. And it looks kind of like what would have, like you said, what would happen if he had stayed with, that's what he would have been originally in the first place. Right. So, and that's what Sabretooth ended up being, kind of, but, the whole loose cannon being going out. That was weird. Mm-hmm. But I love Sabretooth as a character, and that actor did a very good job as Sabretooth.
One of the few good things coming out of that movie, right?
Yeah.
It took me half the movie to figure out he was dying from adamantium poisoning. I didn't know until he went to the doctor.
They didn't
explicitly say it, but I probably should have known that.
They really hint at it only because he said there's a couple of times he says he's basically been killing himself, right, or whatever, or somebody else says it too. I think what's his name? Fuck.
Is the albino guy?
No, the director of the Evil Corporation or whatever.
I don't know.
What is his fucking name?
I didn't write that down. But I know what you're talking about.
Okay, but yeah, it's he's talking to him and he's like, or Logan says, you put this poison in me, and he says that he has said that in at least, I want to say, almost every movie when talking about that kind of thing, whenever it's in that conversation. So it's kind of like you're supposed to know. Right. But just in case you didn't, they put it in there.
Right. I like how Laura just drove. He's asleep. Well, I guess he's out, and then just let's drive.
She is very.
She takes everything upon herself. I mean, very driven.
She's got that.
To
those
not
instincts.
Get captured again.
Yeah. It's called fear.
That's true. That is usually what most people call that, fear.
I'm sorry, Wally. You're not afraid of anything?
I'm afraid of lots of things.
There's nothing that drives you like that? Makes you drive. Well,
fear keeps me in this house. Fear of people.
Yeah, no, I get it. But yeah, that was hilarious. I like how the comedy that they did have in this movie was really good too.
It was subtle. It was nice.
Yeah, it wasn't too forced or anything.
Right.
It was just little side jokes or little visual gags or something like that. But it was nice though, for such a
dark, gory movie.
Supposed to be, not even for the gore. Even really wasn't as bad as it.
If I had seen this before the Suicide Squad, I definitely would have thought it was bad. But then I saw the Suicide Squad first, and nothing's that bad.
Well, I've seen some crazy shit. I mean,
I would imagine Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a little bit bloodier than this, but I don't know. No. It has the word Chainsaw Massacre in it. The word, sorry. The phrase, the phrase that everyone uses.
Heard that movie is terrible.
Oh, I've heard it's
That's
awful.
One of the reasons because it's there's so little gore. There's gore in it, yeah, but
why even call it Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
For a Chainsaw Massacre, there is not nearly
enough Massacre.
Blood. There's not nearly enough blood. For
not enough Massacre.
Yeah, no.
Texas Chainsaw Slight Murder.
Texas Chainsaw Accident.
If this had podcast names, that would be the name of this episode. Texas Chainsaw Accident.
Yeah.
But it's going to be called Logan because that's what we're watching.
That's fine.
They found their so she drove until they found their friends on a cliff.
They were like
in a tree house that just happened to be there. Sorry, not a tree house, a cliff house. That's what you would call it.
Yeah.
A hideout, maybe.
Yeah, because it's like an outpost for whatever.
Did they build it?
No, they didn't build it.
Just there?
It was already there. Yeah.
I'd be more impressed if they built it.
I mean, they're smart kids.
The girl with that power just tore down all the trees. And put
yeah, I feel like she could have did that, but no, it was what it was.
She was badass. We need her more and more stuff.
Yeah,
I don't even know if that's an actual character, but
yeah, oh yeah, all of them, all of the kids in there were supposed to be like.
Actual comic book characters. Cool.
Not like, well, because this is supposed to take place after everybody's dead.
Sure.
But even with that, in the Old Man Logan comic, they're grown in that.
Oh. Okay.
So it's a little different.
Right.
But their powers are the same.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
yeah, I like the I'll talk about that in a second.
Well,
that's what's in the notes later on.
Yeah, all of their power. I was gonna say all of their powers are just derivatives of other characters from before. Like Iceman's probably is.
Oh
really
yeah. He creates water, right?
Technically, yes.
I was joking, but yeah, you're right.
I mean, yeah, but it's
Iceman. He's a fire-powered human, right? But yeah, no, I did see that. Yeah, there's an ice person.
There's an ice kid, and then the girl that pulled down all the trees. She's supposed to have it's supposed to be telekinesis, like almost as good as Jean Grey's. Yeah. They were trying.
I thought it was just she could control whatever plants she wanted to, and I thought
there was another kid that was like
you're right.
Specifically like plants.
Because that's how they tied up Logan.
Yeah.
Or not Logan, but the X-24.
Yeah, and that other dude with the metal arm. Remember him?
Yeah. I had to make sure we were recording at the right microphone. That would have been unfortunate. No, we're good.
How long are we getting so far?
47. So that would have been tragic.
Almost a whole hour. Just no audio.
No, there would have been audio. It just would have been like.
Gosh.
Because the speaker broke in my computer.
Oh man.
Instead of the microphone.
Okay.
But anyway, so that thing that they gave Logan, was that like remember you watched My Hero Academia, right?
Mm.
Remember in that where they took the power enhancing drug? Is that kind of the same thing? Obviously, obviously it's a little less time, I think.
Yes.
It's similar, anyway.
Pretty, yeah. I can't remember what exactly he said it did.
Me neither.
But
I just know it boosted Logan's powers for a short time.
Yeah. Well, no, it didn't boost. It boosts his. I think it's just his healing factor.
Right.
Like it.
Which was.
That really is his only technical.
That is his only power. It's just, and then someone was an asshole and covered him in adamantium.
Or no, his
bone claws.
So his healing factor and the bone claws, because the claws are his.
Right.
But them being covered in adamantium.
Right.
Is not his power.
No.
So
that'd be a weird power. It's like, hey, guess what? What?
I thought
you are covered in adamantium.
You know what's funny,
that a superpower? Though? Yes.
When I was a kid, I didn't know that.
I didn't know what adamantium was until last year. So
I didn't. Well, yeah, I didn't realize that Wolverine, like his whole thing was the bone claws, and then
I didn't know he had a healing factor either.
That was. I mean, that's kind of.
I just assumed that. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't really know I didn't really get into X-Men until last year. So
they really didn't start defining it until Deadpool got added into the comics because he has the X Factor too. Oh, I mean the healing factor too.
Right.
And it all.
How did the company know where the kids were? Transigen. Is that what they're called? Transigen.
I think
How did they know? Were there drones? I might have missed that too.
There was some part of it. I think that there was like a tracker that they put in something, or in like one of them had. I know that they were tracking them somehow because I remember there being like something in there. But that one, what was it? The one dude with the metal arm, he was always like
the guy who's at the beginning. He was throughout the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
That guy, yeah.
Pretty
Well,
much.
Did you know a lot of the workers had metal arms? Or metal appendages?
Really?
Yeah, and I figured out why. It's because the kids would use your powers and blow them off. Because it happened to one of the guys. It happened, I think, twice to once or twice to the guys.
That's funny. I thought
that their metal arms came off or whatever.
I thought they just
that
replaced
makes sense.
those guys. And then
no,
I didn't notice that anybody else had metal.
Yeah, I think I only noticed one other person did, and it got blown off. It's the only reason I knew it was there.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think that's kind of an interesting detail. It's just like, hey, you got injured, but we're not letting anyone else know this secret company. Go get your arm replaced.
Right. We're just gonna go fit. We're just.
Aren't there Anakin Skywalker?
He kind of looked like Hayden Christensen too.
A little bit.
If he was blonde.
He looked like Hayden Christensen if he wasn't Hayden Christensen.
Well, no, just
just
same
a blonde
face, same face, just blonde hair.
A little bit buffer too, just a little bit.
Not even.
Maybe I don't remember anything. Let's see the forest scene. Oh yeah, the pine needles. That whole fight scene was awesome.
Yeah, the whole forest.
The pine needles was my favorite scene. Also, X-23
is just
sink in the people's faces.
Yeah, she's just vicious.
Yeah.
Once Logan took the super drug or whatever.
Oh yeah, that man was running.
He was going.
He was just singing the intro to "Let's Get It Started."
Man.
Just running. But yeah, so he caught up to them and just started stabbing people with his knife hands. I wrote down his dad was the Weapon X guy and he wiped out the mutants. What an asshole. Truly. What an asshole.
Pretty much, yeah.
What a dick.
Oh, I really thought that they were gonna include some form of the what were those purple robots? What were they called?
Yeah.
The mutant hunter thing.
Yeah, from Days of Future Past.
Yeah, I thought they were
Sentinels.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna include mention it or something because that had to do with it in the comics too.
Right.
When they're
traveling. Days of Future Past. I mean, that was the major reason they were even going to the past, right?
Yeah, but
also another great movie.
That was surprisingly good.
Yeah,
I
really enjoyed that one too.
But it was great.
X-Men's truly hit or miss.
It really is because the very first X-Men movie is terrible,
awful.
And
the second one was really good.
X-Men 2 is the best one out of those three.
Yeah, I have yet to see X-Men Last Stand.
It's okay.
I like the beginning scene is with Nightcrawler, right? And X2. Or in the president's office.
Yes,
that was sick.
That was I mean, when you start a movie off with that
was awesome. Nightcrawler's awesome. I really like the actor who played him too.
Yeah, they were talking about bringing him back to play Nightcrawler again, but I think there was something that happened, and then Disney bought Fox. So. Fox was getting
like a $7 billion deal or some shit. Let's see the facts.
Imagine.
Oh, yeah, we mentioned the kid with the trees.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that it was the kids that took down.
Yeah.
It was kind of like with Ratcatcher, in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I like that it was the kids who were the ones that take down X-24. The reason that they were being discarded, quote unquote.
Right.
They got rid of them, but they were the ones who were able to
take back control.
Yeah, to control him and get him down. I thought that was cool, especially the kid who lifted the tank. Like he was just kind of hiding his powers the whole time, and then just like, oh shit, he's strong. He's strong like bull.
I liked how he like snuck around.
Did he look like the kid? Did he look like Flash Thompson from the Spider-Man movies, the new ones?
A little bit.
A little bit, right?
He did look like a little bit, definitely, but I think There's no way it's the same like actor.
No. But no, because he's way younger.
Yeah.
But I mean, he looked a little bit like him.
Yeah. It's like his little brother or something. That'd be funny.
And I wrote down Wolverine's sacrifice for the continuation of his daughter's life and mutant kind's existence was noble, and Laura's speech was moving.
Yeah.
Very moving. It was a nice moment. Except that he died.
The way that they ended it was very for them trying to like end that character for Hugh Jackman. I thought it was very, very well done. The music especially.
Yes.
Is really what got me because it was so.
The score of this movie is really good.
Yeah, it was just so impactful, and then her turning the headstone cross into an X.
Oh, that's what she did. I didn't even realize that. Like, I saw her turn it, but I was like,
yeah,
okay.
I thought that's
really
that
cool.
hit really hard too.
Yeah,
because it was like she understood that they came from the same thing.
Oh, hi, Brendan. Speak of the devil.
He heard us talking.
The sound travels a little slower. That's why it took him so long.
Yeah.
To respond.
But,
this movie. Okay, for two things. This movie was gory as fuck, which we've established. But I think this movie was awesome. It was really, really good, and I understand why it's hailed as one of the best X-Men movies, if not one of the best superhero movies. But it didn't feel like a superhero movie.
It did not.
Which I thought was really cool. It didn't really feel like an action movie either. It just kind of felt like its own thing.
It was. To me, it kind of felt like a Western almost.
Okay, yeah, I get that. I can go more with that.
The whole desert setting kind of forces
just the wilderness, yeah.
Right, but also, I mean, the whole frontier aspect of traveling from one end of a landmass to another. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what's out there, but you know that there's danger lurking at every corner.
Right,
especially with the whole company chasing you and all of that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you're on the run. You stop in a big town. You stop in a small town. You stop at a farm, and then you're just in wilderness the rest of the time. And you're right; it did have a real big Western kind of feel.
Yeah, it was like it was. I don't know. And then the whole, the whole father-son aspect with Xavier and Logan too, because that was like I'm taking my. So in my head, I'm thinking Logan he was the town sheriff that took over for his dad, who retired as the town mayor.
Okay.
And now he's sick, so he's taking care of him. He resigned from being the sheriff, so he's not the sheriff no more.
Right.
But he's got his estranged daughter from some floozy that came into town for a second and left, or something. Right. And now it turns out he's got a kid. He's got to take care of her, and they got to travel across country to get to the doctor that has the specific medicine to help the dad out, and also help Logan out because he finds out he's got like cancer or something.
No, yeah, you're right. That's very.
Which is pretty much
every Western,
right?
Minus the cancer.
Well, not every Western, because
back then they would. Have you seen A Million Ways to Die?
No.
They basically.
I need to watch that though.
The doctor basically cuts off your foot if you have a cough.
That's hilarious.
So that they wouldn't be traveling for medicine because they would have shot them right on the spot. But,
yeah.
I get what you're saying. No, I see what you mean.
Yeah. It's just like what is it called? The Oregon Trail feel.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Just they traveled so far and there was so much that happened.
And there's so much you wait to every scene. It was a great movie.
I also like how little they dealt with like civilization, just regular people, because they did have the casino scene where they stopped at the hotel or whatever,
right.
And then they had the at the beginning when he was at the nightclub or whatever.
We're doing his job.
Right. Yeah. Right. But that was just basic world building. There's still people here, but there's not that many.
Right. Well, they're also trying to avoid civilization in case Xavier has
another
headache.
A
seizure, I think.
But I thought that was that aspect of it. despite the reasoning for them avoiding civilization, I thought that gave it a more like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like grungy Western feel to it. I don't know.
I got you.
Because it's nice to see big battles in big cities, big fights and destruction and all of that, but just a couple of guys duking it out in the forest.
Right. Well, it didn't feel as massive as the superhero movies that were coming out then.
Yeah.
Because at the time you had it was like right before Infinity War.
Yeah.
I believe. I think it came out in 2017. If I'm not mistaken.
Check.
Let's both. Or at least this is not an audio medium where it becomes boring if you look.
Yeah.
Every time I look at Logan freaking Paul comes up. 2017, yeah. So what was coming out then? Not the CX6. So Thor Ragnarok, Spider-Man, Homecoming, Guardians Volume 2 were out in 2017. So those are.
No. When did Logan come out in 2017?
Oh, when in 2017? I have no idea.
Because I remember Spider-Man: Homecoming was at the end of the year.
Right, that's true. But either way, these were, except with the exception, I think, of Spider-Man, they're all pretty massive movies. They all
John Wick 2 came out that year also.
It had some big implications. So it was March. It came out.
When Logan?
Okay. But it had some big implications, right?
Yeah.
The Spider-Man or Guardians and Thor Ragnarok, because Thor Ragnarok literally leads right into Endgame.
Yeah.
Or Infinity War.
That's true.
So this movie was on a smaller scale. It felt more.
Transformers 5 came out that year too.
And there's more coming.
Is there really?
Yeah, Beast War. That's what everyone thinks is coming.
Oh, I forgot. That's not happening. They're not fucking doing that. They're not doing that.
Oh no.
I don't believe that they're ever doing
not
that.
Not the Holocaust, hologram.
Those last two movies were just so bad.
But yeah, so they had some massive movies coming out then, and I don't know, this one just felt a lot more down to earth, not down to earth, but
War for the Planet of the Apes came out that year, and Ghost in the Shell.
That's what I mean. These giant movies, and then there's just Logan, not just Logan, but
Kong Skull Island also. Wonder Woman came out that year. That's crazy. There was a lot of movies that year.
2017 was a pretty good year for movies.
I did not even realize that. That's crazy.
But I had one quote that stood out to me, and that was when they were in the casino. Logan says, "Bad shit happens to people I care about." Next 23 says, "Then I'll be fine." I was like, ouch. That hurts.
With everything going on at that time in the movie, it really
holy shit! It just hit me that they were watching a western in the movie.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
that's some meta shit right there.
It was Laura's favorite thing to watch.
Yeah, that's some meta shit right there.
Yeah.
But that's about all I got to say on the subject.
So all in all, rating it 1 out of 10.
1 to 10.
I would give this a 9.
What did I give Suicide Squad? I don't remember.
I
think I give it an 8.
Like a 7 or 8.
So I'm gonna give this an 8. I'm gonna give this an 8.
I'm definitely giving this a 9.
Give this an 8.5.
This was one of my favorite
it's
movies.
Pretty goddamn amazing movie.
Yeah, Wolverine is my third favorite hero.
Who's your first two?
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Hulk.
Oh.
Wolverine.
Do you like Immortal? Have you read the Immortal Hulk series at all? Very really good.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm caught up.
Nice.
With it because it's still going.
I gotta catch up on Daredevil, which we're on right now. My favorite's Daredevil, Spider-Man, Moon Knight, and Nova. I got a bunch of Nova comics.
Wait, Daredevil, Spider-Man, and Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, Nova.
Okay.
Moon Knight, Nova kind of split.
Okay, yeah.
I love Nova.
I can understand
Nova.
that.
Fucking.
But
also Latino. So
yeah.
Also, or at least that iteration of Nova.
I gotta clarify.
I do like Richard Rider, but
yeah.
Sam Alexander. Plus the Spider-Man show, the Ultimate Spider-Man, had Nova in it. I really like Nova.
Yes,
really
that's
like Nova
true.
in it.
He was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love Nova in that show.
But I was gonna say I gotta clarify because those are just my 3 favorite heroes.
Oh okay.
My favorite Marvel character.
Yeah.
Of all time is Deadpool for sure.
Deadpool's fucking awesome. Those movies, I can't wait for the third one.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how they somehow throw him in the MCU.
It's gonna be
Portal in the background.
It's gonna be very a nonchalant, like, not big deal thing.
No, it's not. I swear he's gonna enter the portal in the background, so someone's gonna catch it down the line. Like, you thought you could hide it.
What if he becomes a variant because of all?
Hey, that works too.
Because you remember at the end of
there's gonna be some stupid shit like that.
At the end of Deadpool 2, he goes back in time and fixes everything.
That's right, he does. Oh yeah, right, he does.
So like, you know, technically that would apply, and in whatever universe that he's in, there is a TVA.
TVA.
Because we know that every universe has a TVA.
Well, now.
Well, yeah. Well, now that there's more than one universe.
Yeah.
But because at the end of Loki comes back to the TVA and he realizes.
And he doesn't remember, and they don't.
Well, they don't remember because everything's different.
Right.
And they
Kang.
But
Kang got it.
They just all know that the world is going. I can't wait for all of this stuff to be connected.
Right. But
I can't wait to talk about the No Way Home trailer because that stuff.
It was madness. Hello, Doug. But anyway, I think that's all I got to say. Oh, what you said 9 on your scale?
9, mainly because the relationship between Wolverine and Professor X, and then between Logan and Laura.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Oh, excuse me, Jesus. I thought that was all very well done. And it also it made the ending feel a lot more real.
Right.
And a lot more like, okay, they are all passing, is passing it on to this next generation
of mutants,
yeah.
The character development and, like you said earlier, characterization of this in this movie was really, really good.
Yeah. I really want them, if they're gonna put the mutants into the MCU, like officially, I really want them to include the like mutant civil rights movement that goes on.
Yeah. And that's relevant now too.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say
it could also be a social commentary.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They have the perfect background for it because of all this stuff going on now. Mm-hmm. And I was gonna lean off of that and say that I really want them to, you know, maybe they do the one universe where the mutants win the war. Like they win the human versus mutant war, and Magneto takes over and all of that. I would love to see that.
The Ultimate Universe, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So if they lean toward the Ultimate Universe, that means we get Miles Morales. So
we technically can't get the Ultimate Universe because in the comics right now it's destroyed.
Fucking OP.
But
it's so fucking OP.
God, it's so stupid. But so speaking of that though, in the comics, I just read. In the Immortal Hulk, well, not the Immortal Hulk, the King in Black Venom comics.
Yeah.
So I looked it up, and the King in Black event is taking place in the main 616 universe.
Oh, good, because I had no idea if my Daredevil comics, the ones I've been reading, was taking place in the 616 because it does now that you've confirmed that part.
Yeah.
Or someone's confirmed that to you.
As long as it's the...
Because the King in Black, he did come and he attacked Daredevil, and actually his symbiote attached to Daredevil in the Super 6. Fuck.
Yes, it is. So all the stuff that's going on with King in Black is going on with...
In the 616.
In the 616 of the comics.
Right.
And in that, they're in I think it was the Venom comic for it. Because they've got so many different stuff going on. I mean, Null has spread his stuff all over the galaxy.
Right, the Guardians of the Galaxy are dealing with that right now, or they were in the last comic I read of them.
But in that, Mr.
So
Fantastic. Yes, they are. In that, so there's the Reed Richards Council. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know the Reed Richards Council.
Yes, so and then there's the Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe, who is the Thinker.
Yeah. He's in the 616 universe as bad guy now, right? I believe.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
But during the King in Black event, he actually is like technically helping out, but not really. He's just doing experiments on the Venom symbiote to try to figure out how to beat Null.
Oh, okay.
And at the same time, he's using the experiments he had to do on Eddie Brock's son, Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing experiments on him because he's like directly connected to the All Black, the the main symbiote, like the main. So all the
one that attaches the Eddie so that he can beat Null, right?
No, that's a
different one.
That's different. Okay. Yeah.
I did see that.
Well, no, the one that Eddie gets back, that's his Venom symbiote.
No, right, but he did. No. He got not the power cosmic.
Yeah, it was the power.
It was the power cosmic.
It was
he was with. Yeah, okay.
He got the power cosmic, and it
helped defeat Null, right?
Yeah,
I saw that much.
Brought him back to life, technically, also.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he was dead at that point.
Right.
But
just madness. That whole King in Black event was really cool.
I loved it. I loved it.
I only saw the offshoots. I haven't read it yet. I've read the Daredevil and the Guardians parts
if you read the Venom 2018 run, 2018 to now,
it's a lot of comics.
It's not that many. It's I think they did it monthly, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I think
tell the Daredevil one's going to
33, 34 issues. The 34th issue is issue 200. Like, it's called issue 200, just because I think it's been like 20 years of having Venom in the comics or something like that. But anyway,
he's a relatively new character.
Yeah. He's up there. He's like pretty almost as new as Harley Quinn. Anyway, really long tangent. The Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe is trying to bring his universe back because in this whole continuity, the Ultimate Universe was destroyed.
The incursions that destroyed it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It was some huge cataclysmic event, but the whole time ever since that happened, that Reed Richards has been trying to
get it back.
Get his, and at the end of the King in Black event, there's like this big teaser that he's figured out how to do it.
Oh wow!
And he has made it back.
Wow.
So he has made it back to his universe. So now he just has to restore it.
Cool.
So, and he according to all the stuff he was talking about and telling to Eddie and everybody, or not everybody, just the people that he worked with to do the symbiote stuff, he was telling them, I pretty much have what I need to restore my universe. I just need to get there.
Okay. Okay, we're going to end this because I do want to talk more about the comics. But
okay.
If you guys like this, don't forget to subscribe, like this video. Go follow me on Instagram. It's Wally Lever, or it's WLever96. Go follow RJ at LayRJ Broome. And yeah, that's it. We don't know what we're doing next time. We will figure that out for you guys next time.
All we know that there will be more tangents.
Of course, always.
Because I'm terrible at it. There will be more nerd shit.
Of course.
We love movies.
More movies. Yep. All right. Peace out, guys.
Something good. See you later.